The sun blazed happily in the sky. It was a beautiful day. The waves crashed gently on the shore. Julian and Anne strolled along the sandy beach. Julian, tall and thin with brown hair, smiled at the feel of the warm sand beneath his feet. Beside him, Anne, equally tall and thin with beautiful dark hair, laughed in delight. "What a perfect day," she exclaimed, her eyes sparkling. Julian nodded in agreement. They had been exploring the beach for hours, enjoying the peace and quiet. A warm breeze ruffled their hair as they walked, pointing out interesting shells and pebbles. "Look, Julian!" Anne cried suddenly, pointing to a rocky outcrop at the far end of the beach. "A cave! I wonder if we can get in." Intrigued, Julian and Anne quickened their pace. The cave, hidden behind a curtain of hanging vines, beckoned them closer. "Let's go!" Julian grinned, pushing aside the vines. The entrance was dark and a little scary. Anne hesitated for a moment, a shiver running down her spine. What if it was dangerous? "Don't worry," Julian chuckled, noticing her apprehension. "We'll be careful." He took her hand, his confidence reassuring. Together they stepped inside. The air inside the cave was cool and damp. It took a moment for their eyes to adjust to the dim light filtering in from the entrance. As they ventured deeper, the sound of the waves crashing outside faded. The cave narrowed, leading them along a winding path. Anne held her breath, anticipation bubbling inside her. Suddenly, the path opened into a large cavern. A gasp escaped Anne's lips. The cavern shimmered and glittered. Gold, piles of gold coins, sparkling jewels, and ancient artifacts were scattered across the floor, catching the faint light. "Look!" Julian breathed, his voice filled with awe. They stood there for a moment, speechless, taking in the sight before them. It was like stepping into a pirate's dream. Then Anne burst into laughter, the sound echoing through the cavern. Julian laughed too, unable to contain his excitement. "We're rich!" he exclaimed, scooping up a handful of glittering jewels. Anne joined him, her eyes shining brighter than the treasure itself. They spent what felt like hours examining their incredible find. Each coin, each jewel, whispered tales of adventures past. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows into the cave, they knew it was time to leave. "We'll come back tomorrow," Julian said, his voice filled with excitement. Anne nodded, her arms full of treasure. They carefully concealed the entrance to the cave again, a shared secret shining in their eyes. Walking hand in hand back along the beach, they talked excitedly about their plans. Half the treasure each. It would be enough to change their lives forever. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, a perfect end to a perfect day.